Yeah, back to the council. I said we're going to pick up from here, so we're going to pick up from here. Let's go. Is this just a leaf? That's the leaf. I want to look at the door.
Lord Mortimer certainly has a taste for staging rooms.
I'll go back to the group near the chimney in a minute. We're going to look around for some stuff. Grants you the exalted state. You temporarily see the immunities and those affecting dialogue choice in a conversation. Can it carry more than 5? Well, that'll be useful at some point, I'm sure. We won't go exploring upstairs yet, I don't think. I'll be over to y'all in a minute. I'm looking around and stuff. Anything over here? Nothing there for items for me. It's hold right click to run. It's very weird. I'm sure we could change the controls, but why would I do that?
Greeks and Romans by Plutarch, a biography of the great men.
We're not smart enough. So why not just take it? Yeah, F it. Educate yourself during the adventure. At the start of each quest, you can read. You can choose what to read and gain permanent skill points. Okay, so we would, I guess, look at that. Can I read you? Can I read you? Okay, that's not something I have yet. Okay. Gotcha. That's all our items. Traits. Okay, so we're good at manipulation. We just don't have it because we need to level up one more time. Gotcha. It's at the beginning of each quest you can use a book, so I guess right now we can't use a book. Right? Yeah, I guess so. Oh, that's what it is. It's that parallel lives. Okay. So I guess we can't use it now.
I thought my chimney was big, but this one is beyond belief.
It's the least one can say. I've been longing for a warm fire for ages.
Since I set foot on the island, I haven't ventured more than 2 yards away from it.
Have you also just arrived?
Oh, late morning, I'd say.
Louis, come join us. Monsieur, may I introduce you to Monseigneur His Eminence, Cardinal Piaggi. He joins us straight from Rome.
Oh, just call me Your Eminence. It's simpler.
George Washington, President of the United States.
I was going to joke that was him,
America.
but okay.
Delighted at last to make your acquaintance, Mr. President.
Pleased to meet you, Mr. President. Louis Moras de Richet. It is an honor to meet you.
Young man, let's keep it simple, please. Let us forget our fancy titles. Nice to meet you, Louis.
I should imagine you never thought you'd be in such company.
George.
I must admit that I didn't. It's the first time that I've ever met so many illustrious personalities.
And you haven't seen anything yet. Generally, when Lord Mortimer organizes one of his receptions, there are over a dozen people here.
They can't all be here yet, and you'll see, most of the time there's only the upper crust.
And I noticed you were already getting to know His Eminence at the entrance. It's the perfect place to build up a network. What were you talking about, if you forgive my indiscretion?
At the risk of disappointing you, we weren't conspiring in our corner, sir. His Eminence was simply telling me that he knew my mother and how much he held her in high esteem.
It so happens that Monsieur de Richet's mother is to join us.
Oh, pity. No scrumptious gossip or juicy tidbits, unmentionable secrets, or even money matters. But you'll see, it will come. Despite all the goodwill in the world, you can't stop people scheming left and right around here.
Speak for yourself, sir.
Well, my friends, do any of you know the reason why we're here this time?
Not in the slightest. As for me, I've been invited by Sir Horn, a close friend of Lord Mortimer, but I do not know the reason why.
You see, Louis, every time Lord Mortimer organizes a reception, he always finds a moment to set up a chat with all the guests.
During which time we remake the world.
Accompanied by gallons of absinthe and cussing. I'll leave you to imagine the result.
So, if I understand rightly, Monsieur de Richet, you've come out here to join your mother. For what reason, exactly?
That's a good question. Well,
Lord
no, that's
Mortimer
fine.
asked me to drop everything and come find my mother, who seems to have disappeared during her stay here. I took the first boat, and here I am.
I'm so sorry.
Don't be, sir. It's not your fault.
Or is it? Is George
Seriously,
Washington the murderer?
I know your mother well. Stay behind with me afterwards, and we'll take a moment to speak about her.
Good
I only get to
Lord.
pick one that time? Okay.
Washington is wearing the emblem of the Grand Master of the Golden Order. It's the highest distinction of the Order in the United States. It puts him on par with my mother. He must really know his stuff when it comes to the occult.
Good evening, my friends.
Holy shit. That's the man from my vision.
An urgent case has delayed our host, Lord Mortimer. He can't be present this evening, and he sends his deepest apologies.
He's
You're pretty
asked me
old.
here and he hasn't even turned up? Great start. Do you know that man?
Sir Gregory Holm, an English aristocrat, very influential. He's also close to Lord Mortimer, so don't be surprised if he acts like he's at home.
And now, my dear guests, a light meal is served in the small salon. For those who would like to, you're invited to follow me into the next room.
My dear fellow, you must have read my thoughts. I shall follow.
We'll have to be careful not to make too much noise. One of Lord Mortimer's guests is relaxing.
Oh, we shall be quiet.
Don't take it the wrong way, Sir Holm, but I've already eaten. Thus, I shall be happy to remain by the fireside.
If you don't mind, Gregory, I should like to keep Mr. Washington company.
Please feel at home. And you, sir?
If I stay with Washington, we'll be able to speak about my mother. But on the other hand, I'd like to learn more about this home. I saw him in my vision.
I mean, I want to talk to the
See
president.
what Washington has to say. Sir, if you don't mind, I shall stay here.
Do exactly as you please, young man.
We've upset the host. He's gonna murder us.
Thank you for staying. Just like you, when I arrived this morning, I found out that Sarah had gone missing. I know your mother well. Don't worry. Emily is from the English branch of the Golden Order.
And President Washington is in fact the leader of the Order in the United States.
I didn't know.
Sorry to have made you wait, but I didn't want to speak in front of the others.
You did well. Secrecy and discretion are the pillars of our organization.
If I can help in any way at all, please don't hesitate to ask, my lad. And if you have any other questions, now's the time.
Mother has always had a fascination for Lord Mortimer, but has never wanted to tell me why.
Lord Mortimer is a remarkable man. He's wealthy and is advisor to the very highly placed. Your mother is the head of the Order in France. It doesn't surprise me that he asked her to come.
Lord Mortimer greatly contributed to financing my electoral campaign, for example. But I want this to be clear, without ever seeking to gain an advantage.
And that is to his credit.
Yes, you can trust him. He will do everything in his power to help you find Sarah.
Mr. Washington, you seem to be very familiar with my mother. Where did you first meet her?
I met Sarah during the War of Independence on American soil. She was introduced to me by a mutual acquaintance, and I must say that her sound advice prevented me from making some terrible mistakes. She may not be a soldier, but believe me, she deserves a statue as much as Lafayette does.
Well, I didn't see that one coming. There's no doubt Mother has many secrets that are still hidden. Right. Would it be too much if I asked you a few more questions?
Not at all. Go ahead. But I can't promise I'll remember everything.
May I ask, when you saw each other, what did you talk about? My mother has always been fascinated by strange powers. Did she talk to you about anything like that?
Yes. Her facility for discerning truths from rumor served me well. Such as preventing massacres, like the one at Salem, from happening again. Or convincing people that horsemen cannot ride around without heads. What was it that she used to say now?
Keep an open and logical mind?
Yes, that's it.
Thank you, sir. I was hoping to speak with Lord Mortimer. At least now I have some information, thanks to you.
I repeat, Lord Mortimer is a man of his word. You won't be disappointed. And I am persuaded that your mother's research is his main concern.
Mother still is at the head of the Golden Order. I find it difficult to believe that she came to this island without notifying the other members.
As for myself, I did not know. I am here at the request of Sir Holm, a situation regarding the Crown of England to resolve, and to see what Lord Mortimer has to propose to us.
As for me, Lord Mortimer asked me here to speak about the future of America. I did not know that your mother would even be among us. In any case, no one has yet mentioned associating the Order.
We haven't found many clues yet.
Don't worry, Louis. I'm sure nothing bad has happened to her.
Yes, I hope not.
Careful, they're coming back.
Well, I am impressed with all this splendor.
But don't spend too much time with Mr. Washington, my dear, or you'll lose your pretty accent. You seem to be intrigued by that statue.
Absolutely. It is remarkable.
Lord Mortimer is fond of atypical works of art. I won't disguise the fact that I find it all a little megalomaniacal. But I must say, he does have some outstanding pieces.
Sir Holm, who was that young lady with you?
Elizabeth Adams, Mr. President. She would have liked to have stayed with us, but the poor thing is exhausted.
Elizabeth Adams?
Just mentioning Elizabeth totally changed Washington's attitude. Looks like he just saw a ghost.
Miss Adams is here to rest. You have perhaps already come across her in the corridors. She arrived a few days ago.
I perceived her, but we weren't introduced.
Rest assured, she is not here for the same reasons as yourselves. Consequently, I'm counting on your indulgence.
Washington looks surprised, but Holm doesn't seem to see it. I wonder if he's being polite or if he really doesn't see his discomfort.
On that note, it's very late. You must be exhausted. The servant will accompany you to your rooms.
I'm liking this so far. It's pretty good.
Ladies, gentlemen, I bid you all good night. Mr. President, Your Eminence, Duchess, you have the same rooms as usual. You, Monsieur de Richet, will find your room at the end of the corridor.
Well, my friends, I am bone tired. I am off to my bed. See you in the morning.
Good night, sir. I shall do likewise.
Louis, I shall see you in the morning. Sleep well.
Good night. See you tomorrow. Oh man, it's been quite a day. Right, where is my room?
To the end of the corridor. This corridor or behind me? Which direction?
Duke Manuel Godoy.
And taking the dash means that I can't enter. As fun as it'd be just to burst into random people's rooms.
Huh, that's me.
It's me, yeah. We're gonna go run around somewhere though. See if we find anything.
Monseigneur, His Eminence Cardinal Piaggi.
Well, that's not the end of the corridor, my friend. You gave me bad directions. Just so you're aware.
President George Washington.
Le Président. little moon glares are making me stop and question things. Minus just means I can't get in. Just a loop around. Go that way. It's nighttime, I guess I don't want to stay on stairs, that makes sense.
Monsieur Johann von Wulner.
German dude. Upstairs? Nope, not yet. Okay, to my room, I guess. Don't want me to go anywhere else, game. Do I have negative alterations? I don't think I do. When do I level up? When do I get XP? I like that your things
Monsieur Jacques Perru.
change depending on what you do.
Monsieur Napoleon Bonaparte.
Oh, Napoleon. We're gonna meet a lot of good historical figures, I guess.
Duchess Emily Hillsborough.
My future wife.
Duke Manuel Godoy.
Back to where we were. Okay. It's up here somewhere.
Huh, that's me.
Fancy
Right.
room.
So what shall I do with this letter? It might be about my mother's disappearance. But if I open it, I'll be betraying Biaggi's trust. What should I do?
Biaggi seems like a good boy. Well, we'll be
Damn.
nice.
Can't wait to open it, but I gave my word to Biaggi, so... Too bad. I'll wait until I hand it to Mother. Wow! Nice room. Mortimer sure doesn't do things halfway. Saint Jerome and the Angel. Yet again, art with political undertones with an image of a saint hearing voices. Saturn devouring his son. Again? I saw the same theme in the hall. I wouldn't like to be his son. Saint Francis of Assisi in ecstasy, before superior voices. It always amuses me to see how art gets used for propaganda purposes.
We're not a subterfuge boy, so we can't open that, unfortunately.
Inferno by Dante. Abandon hope, all ye who enter here. Lovely lectures Mortimer's giving to his guests. Very jolly. Carmelite water.
I like this place. I would stay here. What else's rooms can we break into? Is there any stuff we can steal right here? Those are all my room. Okay.
This is Circe.
Let's say using words I don't know, but it's just a coin. Okay. All the coins. It's a nice bed too. Okay, so there are more clues in the dogs that we missed. Well, what unexpected encounter I need to know now. Bah. Only one level. Oh, we get 4 skill points. That's quite a bit. Now I'm gonna put them in stuff that I like. I'm good at. Points. We'll level something up all the way. A level 2 is like the master still. Okay. That's cool. So plus psychology or plus conviction? And we're good at psychology, so I'd say plus psychology. And I guess we're on to chapter 2. Some weird dream.
Your turn? The servants are not very efficient.
De Richet can't be far away. They'll find her soon. Their search time is restricted, given that they must keep an eye on Adams.
I can take care of her, you know.
Yes. Well, in any case, I do thank you for bringing her to the island.
From what I've understood, the search of de Richet's room hasn't turned up any results.
Not yet, no. But we've put her son in there. Perhaps he'll find something.
That might come in handy.
Louis grows impatient at not yet having met the famous Lord Mortimer.
He will meet him tomorrow.
Oh, what a pity to lose a knight at the start of the game. Are you waiting for someone?
A young French soldier.
During our game of chess?
Don't worry, Gregory. The game won't disappear. I'll have one of my men escort you back.
Don't trouble yourself. I know my way out.
Ah, good evening, gentlemen. Please forgive me for this late hour.
It is never too late, and we have much to discuss. One last move?
Don't worry. Our games always seem to end like this.
Or always start like this. Come, take a seat, my friend.
And Napoleon, maybe? I guess. Yep. So we're seeing through the guard's eyes for whatever reason. Or the servant's eyes, not the guard.
A little nighttime stroll, Mr. President?
There's nothing like it for a good night's sleep.
Do not hesitate to ask a servant to show you back.
The corridors seem quite safe.
Peppermint, lime flower, and valerian. My miracle remedy when one can't get to sleep. A very good night to you, Mr. President.
Thank you. And to you too, sir.
President Washington's knocking on our door.
I'm coming.
Bonjour, Monsieur President.
Inspiration of St. Matthew, or Matthew writing his
Dear
gospel,
Monsieur de Richet,
dictated to him by
please
voices.
excuse me, but I am unable to join you at present. However, rest assured that we are doing all we can.
Well, let's not keep Mr. Washington waiting. I'm all open stuff.
Excuse me. Am I bothering you?
No, not in the least. Is something wrong?
I'm going to need your help. Do you remember the young lady we spoke of in the hall?
Elizabeth Adams. Home introduced her to us.
Yes. Well, she is the daughter of my friend, the Vice President, John Adams. But she is supposed to be dead.
Yeah, that's bizarre. Fair enough.
Good heavens! I was present at her funeral.
It is disturbing indeed.
Yes. I need to make sure it's her. That's where you come in. I want you to distract Elizabeth while I search her room. And perhaps get my hands on some important information. At least I hope so. Elizabeth is in the small salon. If you hurry, you can still catch her. I just need 10 minutes.
But if my vision is true, there are two men nearby discussing very important issues, and one of them looks much like Mortimer. Washington is very kind, but I came to this island for my mother, not for his good.
No, we're gonna help George Washington.
Count on me, sir.
Thank you, my friend. Keep Elizabeth downstairs as long as possible. She must not return to her room.
Trust me.
Hopefully we don't get some blunders.
According to Washington, Lady Adams is in the small salon. I better hurry.
Which way was downstairs? I think it's this way. I'm not on a time limit, like legitimately, because I get lost. Is this the small salon where they're arguing?
My son. Oh, you are a godsend.
What's the matter, Your Eminence?
I believe Miss Adams may be in danger.
What do you mean?
Do you hear that? She is being manhandled in the small salon.
By whom?
I don't know exactly. A thug, a Frenchman, it seems. By the cut of his cloth, I'd say he's a member of the French Revolutionary Government. You should do something, my son.
Why don't you do something, Father? Why is it my job?
Shit. I was supposed to make sure Adams wouldn't go back to her room. Don't worry, Your Eminence. I'll take care of it. Probably nothing to worry about.
Do you want me to call for help?
Please don't do anything. I'm sure with a little goodwill, everything will work out fine. Don't go and wake up the whole manor, please.
Thank you, my son. May God watch over you. Who do you think you are?
Multiple paths to reach objective. Maybe a good idea to think twice before embarking on the first path you come to.
Me,
Okay.
sir.
If we were in France, I'd have sent you to the guillotine for what you just said.
Please, just let me go back to my room.
What a haircut.
Hey, you! Stay out of it! This is none of your business. I'm gonna teach this little slut how to behave.
What the hell is going on?
Huh? I don't think you know who I am.
Stop. I beg you. I didn't mean to. Don't hit me, please, sir.
Shit. If I step in, Adams might just run back to her room. And if I do nothing, yes, Washington will have enough time to search, but this girl's gonna suffer. Damn it, what should I do?
Fuck this French guy.
Let her go! Huh? Stay out of it, boy!
Shit.
What are you playing at? I told you to mind your own business, boy! If you think you can side with this whore and then just walk away, you're out of your mind. Give me one good reason not to knock you down.
Because you're being a dickhead.
That's the spirit, but it won't be enough. Don't think you're getting away with it that easily. I'm sick of all these toffs. If we were in Paris, I'd send you all to the guillotine. And on top of it all, a woman telling me how I ought to behave? I won't stand for it.
Oh, okay. Wait a minute.
What? Don't tell me you're gonna defend these harlots.
Women, right? They really do drive us crazy sometimes. I totally understand.
Yeah, and every time they open their mouths, it makes you want to slap them. I get the feeling you're trying to put one over on me. If that's the case, you're making a big mistake.
Sorry about that. Look, there's no point in us aggravating each other. Let's both just go our separate ways.
Don't move, we're not done yet. You wanted to be the knight in shining armor and save the damsel in distress. Let's see how brave you are.
I've watched you, and you're shaking. I'm betting you won't fire.
I'm not in the habit of beating Lord Mortimer's guest in his own salon. You got off easy this time, but don't try it again.
Good times. Shock.
An old sesterce from Roman Gaul. The brooch Elizabeth was wearing.
Huh. She was so frightened she was unaware that she'd lost it.
Yeah, well, it didn't seem to do her much good.
Now she's gonna go find Washington. Searching her room.
Hey, these look like pages taken from an ancient encyclopedia. Chronicles of the Amber Princes. As I recall, Dorkin was There's a pattern with 5 circles on this chest.
Stuff for me to steal. Nope, okay. Where's the store go?
Lady Adams must have locked it behind her when she fled.
I don't remember where her room was. Now we're gonna find that actually.
Well, did you get time to search the room?
Louis, I only needed 10 minutes. Imagine the scandal if she had found me.
What would you have done in my shoes? She was in the middle of an argument with some angry guy.
10 minutes. I didn't ask for the moon.
Nonetheless, you found what you were looking for, didn't you?
Not everything, but yes. Elizabeth is definitely the daughter of John Adams. We need more information.
I know it said the first choice
You
is
can
not the
always
best
go
choice,
back.
but I feel like that was the right
It's
choice.
too late now.
Yeah, granted, we may have
Golden
made
elixir.
Mr. Washington angry, but that's alright. Sorry, Mr. President. I am the gentleman. What does a gentleman do? Traits. Yeah, conviction's not important though. We did the right thing. I gotta find my room again. Yeah, it's the most challenging part of the game. Only keep your French boys in line.
Duchess Emily Hillsborough. Duke Manuel Godoy.
Manuel Godoy. Yeah, that's the
Your
cardinal.
Eminence, what are you doing here?
I was worried about you, my son. How did it go with Miss Adams?
Don't worry about that anymore, Your Eminence. I had to step in, but everything's under control.
What an adventure, my son. I am relieved to hear it. You acted as a good Christian. In these troubled times, we need more men of your caliber.
It's nothing, Your Eminence. I did what I had to do.
I feel like
you
the
did the
church
opposite.
will have more power than Washington.
Good.
Push back me up.
Well, thanks for the news. My son, I have another problem. I wanted to speak to you about something important. Do you still have my letter on you? The one I gave you in the hall?
Why do you ask?
I have a name to add to it.
Here it is.
Thank you, my son. Ah, I see that it's still sealed. I was right to put my trust in you, Louis. Now give me 1 second, please. I can't imagine what would have happened if I hadn't added this name to the list. Please, be sure to give this letter to Sarah the moment you see her.
You can count on it.
Have a good night.
Maybe it's a list of names that you get murdered
I'm exhausted.
or something
Better
like
go to
that.
bed. I'll search my room tomorrow. If Mother stayed here right before me, you never know. And Mortimer had better show up.
Meh. My boy's a bit grumpy. Only a couple things we failed. That's okay. Four more points though. I don't know if there's a more intelligent way to level up or if I'm doing everything fine, but we're going full on detective.
All right. In my vision yesterday, I saw that Mother had this room before me. I'd better search the room. Who knows? Maybe she left me something behind.
Maybe. We'll find out. Maybe it's that giant chunk that the game just flagged. Oh, we can equip another one. Yeah, that's a good one, but we have to get all of it, so I guess that one, obviously. Alright, we'll look for clues next time. Blah blah. GG's.